Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Culture episode 210 of On the Backs of Gods. I'm your DM, Jillian, and we have our players here today. Same as always, we have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. Uh, I'll go ahead and do a quick recap. Our party accomplished their goals. They were intent on killing a cultist, and they killed said cultist. Were there a lot of things and changes and problems and not problems along the way? Yes, but those are all solved now. The ones of import solved. There are things that still need doing, but the big pressing world ending thing complete. You did it. Success. Uh and that's where we currently are, is in the middle of downtime. Where all of you are just kind of getting to go about your business as you see fit. Because in your characters' minds, or at least it should be, it's like, honestly, I could retire right now. Like, that's something that could be a considered thought. Is I did the thing. Congratulations, everyone. Maybe I'll wrap up some stuff and then, I'll build a house in the middle of the woods and go about my life. So that's something that could be on one's mind if they were so inclined. But there was a lot of visits to the library, getting some information, some things found, some things not found yet. It seems they are hidden deep in the books or not there at all. Um, could just not be there. Um, we also broke some curses on some moms, had some curses that don't let us see our mom. And then we decided, because I guess we were bored, or it's like, well, gotta get rid of all these loose ends, everyone says, is that you guys received a gift box from Loki that was locked. And you were unable to open it. And the executive decision was made to just ask Loki either to come help or give him a hint, or and then Loki showed up. Um, Loki shows up, seems to be doing better mentally, at least outwardly. Does not seem as unwell as they were when they were living inside the lighthouse that was comprised of their own leg. Um, but they arrive in Dem Woods, where all of you are currently, and after assisting Nana in opening said box, you are presented with a deck of cards that Loki produces. Huh,
They're
I
beautiful.
wonder why I gave these to you. And just like a smile slowly starting to form. Uh,
Are they any special sort of cards?
hmm. And Loki sort of like looks around. What a lovely little town. And like starts like strolling back into town, carrying the deck with them. Um,
Is
these,
my finger still a skeleton key?
yes,
Oh,
your finger still is a
key!
skeleton key.
How
That has not gone back yet.
interesting. That's probably fine. She's not going to look too hard at that. I'm just going to keep pace with Loki.
These are a very special deck. Uh, and like mid step, Loki like kind of stops and like looks towards the forest. That's interesting. Anyways, the deck. My apologies.
The brushwood, I
That's
believe you detected there.
interesting. Huh.
Home of a
Mm.
rather powerful entity.
Oh, I don't deal with beings of the earth for my safety.
That's for the best. That's for the best.
Uh, so this deck
Mhm.
has 22 cards in it
Okay.
and is a delivery system for chance, a way to acquire fortune and glory and hope. It is also a way to end those things, I suppose, in equal measure. This deck, in particular, can provide wealth. It also could bring you ruin. It could provide you enemy or ally. It could also grant you a most beautiful wish. And you can see like comets kind of fall across Loki's eyes.
A wish, truly.
Well, there's one of these cards, yes. One
I
of them
see.
could provide you a wish, though they are very particular. There are rules about this deck. If I just happen to, and like without saying anything, draws a card and pulls it up, it is blank on the side. And he puts it
Oh,
back. And you
huh.
watch as like Loki begins to shuffle the deck. So, first you must announce how many cards you are taking. Once this is stated, within an hour, you must draw from the deck uh, one card at a time. The card that you draw will take effect, and then you may move on to the next one if you are able. You can't back out, is the thing. If things start going, what's the best phrase word? Shitty?
Pear-shaped.
Pairs. If you are in a pair scenario, you cannot stop. You must complete drawing from the deck. And
Hmm.
then once you are done, the deck will return back to its original state so that somebody doesn't miss out on your gain or misfortune, I suppose. But there are some
Hmm.
nasty little things in there, but also, what can a wish fix, I suppose?
Not very much, provided you're careful about how you word it.
I'm sure it'll work out fine.
Well, hopefully so. Hopefully so. That's provided it is drawn. But whatever the card is drawn will come to pass instantly.
Yes, maybe it's not something you'll notice instantly, but whatever you draw will come to pass. How exciting. Oh, don't let me stop you if the spirit takes you. There's no point in me really drawing, which is sad.
It wouldn't do anything for you? Does it not affect you?
It would affect me, but not in the sort of grandiose way it would affect you.
Hmm.
So I could draw it and I could provide myself some sort of ruin, and so what?
Hmm. You will continue, I assume, regardless.
Regardless. But if you're willing to take that chance, you're welcome to. Um, if not, I could put it back in the box so somebody doesn't mistakenly draw from it. It's easy to mistakenly draw from it.
Hmm. Hmm. Which I suppose is a good thing, that it requires that you have intentionality, at least in
Yes,
declaring how many.
you just must at least declare how many.
Hmm.
And then draw it yourself. Somebody can't, like,
Draw for you.
pin you down and, like, slap one down in front of you.
I
You
see.
could certainly try, I suppose. I've never
Hmm.
done
It rather seems like it would go against the purpose of the deck, but
that.
perhaps stranger things have happened.
And you can also ask the deck for a reshuffle. So let's say things are in the pair scenario after you've drawn your first card and you are just not feeling too good about it. The deck will shuffle if you are so inclined. Or you can trust the fate, the hand you were dealt first.
Interesting.
You all smell crazy, you know that? The amount of God smells in this place is amazing.
You know, it's maybe it's the god smells, but perhaps I'm feeling a little crazy. I'll draw 2 cards.
Nana.
If
It's
I
too
draw
late,
the
I'm
wish,
sorry.
if I draw the wish on one, so much the better. Whatever the other, I will suffer.
By all means. Let's see.
Nana will go ahead and draw her first card.
Ben takes a step back.
That's a
not
good
explodes.
idea.
Hmm. All right. You were presented a card. The Fates. Loki says, I see. Interesting. Well, let's say something in your life has maybe gone awry, just one moment in particular, and you could erase that moment. Or you could hold on to it, maybe hoping that a worse moment occurs. But you could use it at any time, and kind of just like pats the card into your hand, and you watch it sort of like turn to dust, but you feel like the weight of it settle within you. That you have the weight of the Fates at your disposal. And be careful, it's not like, you take an event away. Who knows what could happen? You guys played with time recently, I recall.
Yes. Yes, and changing one thing does not guarantee that everything else remains the same. So, I
No.
understand there are consequences further reaching than the immediate. I'll consider this for a while, I think,
Speaking of
before I use it.
consequences,
Indeed.
and
Let's
you
see.
draw your second card.
I do. Soul in a jar!
And then your soul is whisked away. Pulls out a card,
Okay.
presents it to you. Rain. You feel your bag become a good bit lighter. All forms of wealth that you carry on your own other than magic items are lost to you.
Oh.
Portable property vanishes, businesses, buildings, and land you own are lost in a way that alters reality the least. Any documentation that proves you own something is lost and disappears. So, basically everything you own.
Huh.
All
Please
forms
tell
of
me
wealth.
Thick Biscuit doesn't count.
No, please!
Confetti horse.
Okay, so my gold is gone.
Your gold is gone. I would say anything of like, I mean, so no magic items. None of your magic items are affected, but like
Okay.
anything that you would consider like you could possibly
Oh,
sell
man.
for a profit, I would say more than like a gold.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so
So, like,
any
I assume her
gems,
clothes are
jewelry.
fine, but
Your armor is magical, thankfully for you.
yeah, no kidding. But yeah, that means my spears are gone. Well, no, they're just about a gold apiece, but my shield's a little bit of a pretty penny. That's probably gone.
Okay.
Well, I've lost the I crossed the hammer, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
Damn.
Oh no.
I know.
Your most prized possession.
You'll have to go back.
Man. Well, that's probably like all of my any letters that I had on my person for home.
If you
I
consider
guess.
those things of wealth, I don't know if I would, but
No,
if you
no,
think they would
maybe not.
disappear, you're welcome to disappear them.
Things of wealth, perhaps not. No.
So basically, if
Mm.
you're wearing any jewelry, that jewelry is gone.
Oh, damn. Aw, that's the gold orcish bracelet that I wore for Gorbjorn gone. The
Yep.
Rose and Thorns bracelet that I wore for Saga gone. That's a
Yep.
bummer. Saga made me her symbol of Lady Satyr, though, so that's... I don't think something I could sell for a profit anywhere. That's like a homemade thing.
Up to you. I'll let you think on that one. You watch as the deck sort of like gets two cards bigger, and it looks like it shuffles itself. Like you watch as the cards kind of like shift and move and then resettle. That could have been worse, I suppose.
Huh.
Also, if any of Nana's things are in the bag of holding, those are gone too. Not just because
Ah,
they are like touching her physically.
Gotcha. Yeah,
There
that's a
are
shame.
some horse figurines in there that I don't think she owned, but they are now gone.
Perfect.
That makes
Thank you.
sense.
That could have really been worse. You know what? You just traded what? You just bought the chance to alter reality, is basically what happened.
Well, you're not wrong. I will take that and be grateful. Thank you. Truly.
Well, it seems that I thought you deserved this deck. I don't remember why, but you must have been special.
Well, you seemed like you needed a friend.
Hmm. Sappy.
Well, when you live through the end of the world and everybody everywhere dies all around you and you get a chance to bring it all back, I suppose one has a right to be a bit maudlin.
Well, if you insist.
Rather do, I'm afraid, but can I get you a drink? At least make it more tolerable.
I would love a drink. Anyone else while I wait? I came all this way.
Mm. And all this time, Nana will be regaling Nyx and Keld with the tale of how we met Loki, and Loki will get to learn how we met Loki as well.
Yeah,
She
Loki
won't leave
listening like,
anything out. She'll represent it as well as she can remember it.
I see.
Fen will pour him a drink from the alchemy jug.
Nice.
Nice.
I think Nyx has been bouncing with excitement this entire time, just waiting, like looking
Mm.
between the rest of them to see if
You know,
they're
it's
gonna
like
draw.
Kel's just been like looking at Nyx like
She's ready.
I imagine so.
And it
Kel's
looks like
really not approaching, so
if it looks like no one else is going, she's gonna go. I'm
I
gonna
feel
draw.
like
I'm gonna draw 5.
oh my.
Loki like chokes on his drink.
Okay, Nyx.
5?
Are you sure?
I
Well, I
already
guess
said
you
it.
can't take it back. Ooh, be careful. Just
How
be careful.
exciting.
I feel like I got off pretty easy. Just
I'm glad you wanted to meet me.
it makes a lot of sense now I'm looking at it. Yeah.
5 cards.
Yes.
Let's take a look.
Why 5?
That's about how many are in a normal hand of cards. So 5.
The logic seems sound.
You know, I do recall you are a very mean hand at the gambling table, Nyx. Been a minute since you had an opportunity to flex those skills.
You draw your first card?
Yeah.
Well, what a fucking coincidence. You'd think that we could avoid the fates, right?
Oh
You
my
think we could just
God!
avoid that. Well, both of you, I suppose, get to change reality. Try not to break it. Or do break it.
Well, we just got done putting it back together, so let's maybe at least wait a while before we try breaking it again, hey?
And then I'd say, like, imagine the butterfly effects of it all, you know? Some things probably have less threads than others.
Right, right.
Some. Your next card, it's going very well. Would you like a
Yeah.
shuffle?
Oh
Or you
no,
want
the
to go
next one.
Next one. Okay. You were presented with the comet. Okay, so this is the scenario, right? So basically, if
Mhm.
you mono the next hostile thing to get in your path, you receive some sort of glory. Something good will fall upon you if you are able to defeat your next encounter by yourself.
Okay.
Entirely
Got it.
unaided? Is
Yeah,
there
don't help
any...
me.
I suppose there'd be a penalty for healing you then, huh?
I would think so.
Oh dear. All
It's fine.
right.
I can heal myself. I'm fine.
Well, yep. No, you're right. And you do a very good job at it. Better than most of us, so
On to the next.
On to the next.
go boy. Keep that streak going strong. Come on.
Roll me a d4, but if it's a 4, roll again.
Okay. It's a 2.
Okay. You are a lucky thing, aren't you? The moon. It seems you have 2 wishes thrust upon you. Enjoy. Should have drawn 5.
Suppose so.
See, a normal hand of cards.
You just have to play it like a game,
Right.
not think about it too seriously.
Well, now I feel like we should shuffle.
I will ignore what I have pulled because you didn't technically ask for it yet, and
I did
I
not.
will move and shuffle. Cut the deck. You see that like Loki manually shuffles the deck, but you also watch as it like shuffles itself.
He's helping.
He's like, I'm doing something here. I am helpful.
I will be your dealer, even if I am only kind of in charge of the
Yeah.
card.
Loki's like, I'm not really doing anything. I am curious what that other card was, but Okay.
Now it's lost to time.
it's lost to time, and it's my little secret. Now you are drawing.
Now I'll draw.
Okay. There is a high that I think comes with getting the cards you have thus far gotten.
Hmm.
And something like catches your attention out of the corner of your eye. Dust coming from around your hip. Talon. All of your magic items disintegrate.
Sweet.
Oh no! Next your sickle?
Every magic item you wear or carry disintegrates. So anything, all magic items on your person.
Okay. I'll deal with that in a second. We might get rid of it.
Actually, I don't know about that.
I don't think she would have everything on her that's in my character sheet because we're just in the woods. So definitely the sickle would be gone.
Yeah.
100%.
I feel like I must take everything from you. It seems only fair. But we can discuss. Those things, if they're not on your person, are somewhere else, and I can decide by the time you get to them. Would you like to shuffle or draw the next card? It's your last one.
We'll draw the next one.
Okay. Okay. Gem. You watch as it kind of reminds you of the portals that the new flame, the tether, opened. And you watch as like a sliver of reality opens. And you watch as 25 pieces of jewelry fall out into the ground in front of you, each of them worth 2,000 gold pieces.
Whoa!
Can I just use my fates to get rid of the Talon card?
You see, like, Loki thinking about it. I suppose you can try. That means you'd probably have a different card in its place, because if you're shifting
Ah,
reality,
Interesting.
but I don't know that for certain, you see.
They're just magic items.
They're just magic items. And you can decide that you're upset about that later and change it when you're like, oh damn, I wish I had said magic items.
That's true.
Can hold on to
See,
that.
guys, 5 is a good number.
It
Certainly
honestly
seems it.
was.
I'm impressed. That was a good run.
You could draw more. You've already done your run, but that doesn't mean you can't do it again.
I don't want to get too greedy. I'm gonna sit on what
Luck
I've
only
won
holds out
so
for so
far.
long.
It seems to be holding out for all of you, lucky ducks. We have nobody else's attention. I suppose when you're looking at a pile of coin on the ground and a woman who controls reality to a large degree, I suppose maybe you want for nothing.
I'll draw one card.
Let me finish shuffling so that you also don't get fates, even though, hey, why not?
Everyone
That would be
gets
Fate on the
fun.
bottom.
Everyone.
I look through it to find it.
Mm,
Let's cut that down.
it's worth a chance.
I think so.
I feel like the only magic item I wouldn't have had on me was that staff because it's solely for this snake to sit on.
Mm,
Yeah,
I'll just
the
take everything
snake
else.
staff.
cool. I'll start
The
deleting
snaff.
things. I'm sorry, Cal, our rings no longer work because one is gone.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
And-
wait.
oh no!
I suppose you
forgot
could
about
fix that
this.
immediately, but
Hmm.
you would just get a different outcome, which could be fun.
Hmm.
You wouldn't even draw it. It would just be what happened. It would just be the reality of things. I'm sorry, I didn't get your names, or I did and I've forgotten them. My new
Nyx.
friends. Nyx.
I'm killed.
Held. I like you.
Nyx and Keld have been excellent companions on our journey, and it seemed only right that they'd have an opportunity to meet with you.
Welcome to our home.
You're drawing?
Mm.
You'd always wait an hour to, to write up a will and whatnot.
Just in case.
I'll be a little more optimistic about it.
And you see, as quickly as one portal closes, another opens. And we'll say this time it is 50 gems worth 1,000 gold pieces each. Spill out
Woohoo!
onto the ground. It seems from the same
Well-
location.
Is there
Just
just
right
a
on
plane
top of the
full
jewelry.
of jewels?
Treasure.
There is. I don't know if that's what's happening, but there is.
Mm.
Oh, just a plane of like treasure.
Interesting.
Did it just
I
come
shouldn't
into
be shocked by
being, or
that.
did somebody just fill it? I don't-
I think we saw it briefly when we fought the.
Mm,
I think you're right. The tether, I think she
Yes.
was calling herself. Yeah, there was a great couple piles worth of gold coins. So
mm,
absolutely insane.
wow.
Probably came from there.
This is going very, very well for all of you. I was
I'm-
expecting some sort of cataclysm, but I suppose maybe
Hmm,
the universe thinks you've had enough of that and only wants good things for you.
that
Mostly.
might be nice. That might be nice.
If you're not content with your pile of gems, you can always draw again. and still have a pile of gems. Unless I suppose they disintegrate. You never know.
That's true. You never know.
Worldly goods, you know, Nana gesturing to her empty pockets.
I think,
All
uh,
gold
I'll
gone,
take
all
this
jewelry
boon.
gone.
No one else? He looks at Roshan. Did I tell you that you smelled like rot last time? Like God rot?
You did.
Ah, sorry to bring it up again.
No worries.
Does he
Um,
still smell that way?
Oh, of course.
Well, it was nice. It's nice to see you. Nice to see that you're doing better.
Could have said the first part with conviction, but I'll accept the second part.
Perhaps if I'd solved it myself, I'd be more interested in drawing.
I could put them back in, and you could figure out how to turn your finger into a skeleton.
That's true.
Ah.
Why not?
I could lock him back up right now.
Actually, probably a good idea.
But what if I want to draw more of them?
What if she wants to draw more of them? Then it would be very difficult if it was in the box, and your friend
You
could
guys,
not
I
figure out
already
how to open
broke my key trying to get them out the first time.
It's not my choice to make. but
Nix.
Well, you know, I will bet you anything. Nana like absentmindedly gestures with her skeleton key finger and just has to take a second, shake that out.
no
I
more
will bet
betting,
you
please.
I will bet you anything, Nix, that now that Roshan's seen the idea of it, it won't take him very long to figure it out.
But they're out right now.
They are.
It's
You
true.
could just put them in a little bag, and then they're at your disposal. Or a better box.
Mm.
Oh, are you leaving them with us?
Well, I gave them to you, I suppose.
You know,
Do it.
let's just have them have them to one side. We'll have a look at them later on tonight.
I hope after you mean I take your mother home.
Well, I suppose. Are we saying this is happening concurrently with the visit with Amma
I
and
wouldn't
Co?
have assumed so. A
I
time
would
is
not
weird,
have
but if you guys
assumed
want
that.
that to be canon,
That
it can
seemed-
be canon.
That seems like that would be a bit of a loaded situation in which to bring Loki.
Yeah, that's fair. I mixed them in my brain and then it was canon.
Understood.
Yeah.
Almost.
Sometimes that happens. And if I
Yeah.
do that, it really is canon.
Almost.
Mm.
You don't even need a deck. You could just give us all this shit.
I could just pick up a card and say, this is true now.
Oh,
God.
this is now canon. Look at that. Ooh,
Wish.
the fates decide.
Did you know there's a card in here where you can ask the universe any question and it'll answer it?
Hmm.
Oh,
That's
dear.
kind of the one I've always wanted, like if I was going to go for it.
What would you ask the universe?
Interesting.
What would you ask the universe, Loki?
Why is she such a bitch?
I
Universe.
would. I think I'd want to know the number.
Hmm?
I'd want to know how much time existence has left.
Hmm.
So I could at least mark it on a calendar and stop, fingers crossing it.
I feel like a set date would bring a certain amount of calm.
What if the calendar doesn't even go that far?
Well, then you're very
Well-
lucky in that case.
Well, you would be.
Well,
I will go as long as any calendar need go.
Hmm.
but perhaps you can have many, many years in between now and then of more pleasant things.
I guess we do have more of an idea than some.
Oh, I could probably guess each of yours if you gave me a minute. I could probably mark all of yours on a calendar if you were so inclined.
Mm.
Just mine I can't figure out. And I'm assuming that's going to be like heat death of the universe scenario, and I'm already, the, um, or if I piss off somebody enough.
Hmm.
Here's hoping.
Well, if
What
nothing else,
do you feel any sort of way about end of days prophecies?
I find them interesting, but the last one didn't follow through. The one that was important to me didn't exactly come to fruition as intended. And then the ones all of you receive don't exactly affect me as aggressively. So it's hard to hold stock in them, especially when my 1 out of 1's been wrong.
What about the one with the big snake? Friend of yours, perhaps? Jormungandr?
My son? I
You
mean, you could
said
call us
friend, but
friends. We're okay.
are
We
you?
had a decent relationship.
Loki's a cool dad.
I visit on holidays. Well, I visited on holidays. I have not seen Jormungand in a long time.
Well, if you want the location and name of his hottest #1 cleric, I mean, she's really more of a sorceress, and she's pretty crazy. But maybe you're into that. I don't know.
Do have a type.
it is either the best or the worst possible idea I think you could have ever had to suggest Dagwood and Loki meet, but I feel like it was going to happen eventually. Really.
Her name's Dagwood. I think she's um under oath to Gungnir, but I'm sure she'd love to meet with you.
I'll have to see if I can fit
She's
it into my schedule.
she's in the skull,
Ah,
I think.
I've been thinking about going to the Skull. Last time I was there, it wasn't as, grandiose, whatever they have going on right now.
Was it still attached the last time you were there?
Those are the good old days, back when everyone's pieces were attached.
What was it like then?
See, the thing is, it felt like, at least for a long time, there were less consequences, right? Like, I had to really work hard for my own amusement. And I feel like sometimes, the gods, myself included, can get a big head, can think they are infinite, unkillable, when they dance around with other gods on the daily who they, you strike up little arguments and tiffs with. And they think very highly of themselves, and I thought of myself as a bit of an equalizer. And so I worked quite hard, in my opinion, I think inflating my own ego throughout the process, but to try and keep people level headed, um, keep somebody, remembering that they are not untouchable. And eventually, I suppose that backfired a little bit, but
Perhaps you needed someone to do the same for you.
I don't think anyone could,
Mm.
not with this ego. Untouchable.
Befitting of at least some of the stories of yours I've heard.
I'm sure to some extent they are true.
Many of them seem to be, to some extent.
People make stories so that they can tell morality and, like, this is how you should behave, or sometimes it's just to entertain the children, or to get people to do something in a society. But I'm sure some of them are based in something that maybe I have done at one point. But, so am I putting this in a bag, or
No, Roshan, Fen, have you figured out this what the smoke is yet?
We need to talk about it. Nothing definitive yet.
So that's a no. Okay, but there's a thing
Well-
in there that'll tell me information.
That's true.
But we could revisit that after we give the information that we have, and
You
we
can
can
just tell me
decide
right
if.
now,
Well,
and I can decide right now, Fen.
I had a question for Loki first.
Hmm.
You said we stink of gods, so many gods, and you're not wrong. We've had some close brushes with gods other than yourself. Some recently, some just fragments of gods, and they've proved quite challenging in every instance.
Hmm.
If you were to try to kill a god, how would you approach it?
If I were going to kill a god. Gods in the grand scheme draw in a lot of power from worship. The more they are worshipped, the stronger they are, in some scenario, at least with connection and influence. That's always useful in survival, is having people at your beck and call. If I was going to kill a god, the thing is, I think we're so inclined to torture each other that that's where we go first, is entombments, torturous events. But to kill, I think easy enough. If a god were to stand toe to toe with another god, and the intent was that one of those gods ceases to be, then one of those gods would cease to be. I believe my children would have been capable of slaying, as I'm sure they did before, you know, before their end. I assume Jormungand to no longer be here. But maybe I'm a poor father and have not gone looking hard enough. To kill a god, you probably need to ask another god very, very nicely. Or be blessed upon them, not their magics, but an item made specifically by the gods. That could possibly kill a god. You have to wield it correctly. Can't just, accidentally splinter a god with something made by said god, and they will just implode. But a god could wield it with enough strength. Could a mortal? That's a bigger toss-up. I'm not saying impossible, but you could. You could try, at least. If you could get to the god, that is. Imagine you're running at God with some sort of weapon intent on killing them, and you are turned to dust.
It does rather seem like
And then is the god here
tactical
in the
thing.
flesh, or is the god back on the other plane? That's the thing.
Right.
I'm probably a lot easier to kill than who's handling over there? Snotra? In the grand scheme, do I think I am stronger than Snotra? Yes. If we stood toe to toe, do I think I could devastate her? Exactly. The thing is, she would not allow that to happen. And she keeps us, I believe, on separate planes for a reason and would be content with me staying here, and I am content staying here. So that's also the thing. Killing me easier, killing Snotra harder because she's not physically here, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Did that answer your question? I barely remember what I said.
I think it's probably the best answer I'm like to get from you.
Mm,
I don't intend to kill you. Just
all right.
stumble upon several gods intent on killing us, or killing everything, and
Mm.
rather dispatch them more quickly in the future should that happen again. That's all.
See, the thing is, the intensive like gods like Snotra. Let's say for some reason you're going to just time to tussle. The only way that's happening is if you're on the same plane. So if she is summoned to this plane, you could contend with her. The thing is, though, if you do somehow fell her, it is more likely she will just return to her original plane and then be alive. But you will have stopped her from doing whatever she's doing in your plane, as you did with Yord. That was your current little situation?
Yes, that's right.
She's
Hmm.
fun.
Hmm. I don't know if what I remember of Yord is what I would call fun, but that is relative, I suppose.
You never saw her at a party then?
I got to say, I would not say
Can't
the
say we have.
situation we were in would constitute a party. A dust up, a tussle,
Hmm.
a scuffle.
I don't know if we can call it that since we all died.
Bit of a massacre then.
An encounter.
An encounter indeed. Oh, by the way, the whole smelling gods thing, before I forget, because I will, looks at Fen. If you happen to encounter your new goddess, tell her I said hello. And also, some information from me to you about Scotty. If you can make her laugh. If you can make her laugh.
Oh.
I appreciate the insight. Thank you.
Hmm.
What can you tell us of the Allfather's spear? Is it the sort
Um,
of device that could kill a god?
Oh, 100%. Sort of the intent of it, I think, uh, present it more of as a I'm going to kill Jotuns sort of thing, but I'm sure it could most definitely strike down a god in the right scenario, especially in his hands.
What other powers, abilities does it have? Do you know?
I never wielded it myself. I was there-ish when it was crafted. Um, I know he would boast how it does not miss. That seemed to be his big sticking point. He says it also summons the gods, but honestly, that's just an obligation thing, and they would all show up. So it's not like it forced them to show up or anything. They're just like, "Ugh, he'll bitch about it later, right?" And so everybody would come hustling out. What do you need, Odin? Do you need something, Odin?
He could have rung a dinner bell, but instead he threw Gungnir.
Basically the case. And I don't know, he enjoyed swearing an oath under it occasionally, and you'd be like, sure, why not? Whatever you need, Odin. You could have just asked politely.
An oath sworn under it? How binding are they? What are the ramifications of oaths sworn beneath Gungnir?
I've never broken one. Never really seen one broken. May not be binding at all, and everyone was just too scared to break it.
Is it this-
For a weapon that is not wont to miss, how would you make it miss?
Gosh, there has to be some silly little prank that you could do, right? I feel like the intent would be an illusion. The thing is, it's going to hit the illusion, so does it really miss? Um, some sort of barrier, distraction. Um, it involves trickery. That's something I'm confident of. Even if you weren't asking me, I think the answer is some form of trickery.
Some kind of sleight of hand at the very least, I must imagine.
Because it's going to hit you, I suppose.
Per its oath, it must.
It
So,
must.
you
And
must
if it
give
breaks
it a
its own
you
oath,
to hit that.
I don't know.
I
It
suppose
can.
isn't you. I don't know.
What happens if it breaks its own oath? I don't know. I didn't make it. I've never welded. I've never welded or welded. And darling, I know you are going to attempt to draw from this again, so that's why I'm keeping them out and displayed, but I'm happy to try and answer your questions.
It's just I'm
I'm-
trying to figure out what this spear has to do with what I just asked them, and I'm not sure how it's related.
And this is just a guess, I'm nowhere near learned enough to say with any certainty, and I read for days. Everything I could find about this is my estimation that Russ has sworn some sort of oath beneath Gungnir. He has not fulfilled his oath, so he keeps coming back to life every time he dies. That's why he's Rusty Unkillable. That's why he was meant to die disassembling the orb, and instead, while all of his friends were burnt up, he continues to rise, and whatever that smoke is animating. That's my guess.
But he swore the oath on the spear after we saw the smoke for the first time.
He could have sworn another prior.
Could have.
Really? Sure.
He seemed very dedicated to Sindri already.
But it wasn't. If he'd already sworn one, it wasn't on the spear until at the party when he did the one on the spear. Right? This happened a long time ago in real life, guys, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the order of events.
I will trust you, lore master, before I
It
will
is the
trust my
order
memory.
of scene events, correct?
Yeah.
That is the
Okay.
order of
Like,
scene
we know
events.
he took an oath before then.
Yep.
But we
He-
don't know whether or not it was on Gungnir for sure.
You do not know if the original oath was on Gungnir. He did state that there was an oath prior. You do not know if Gungnir was involved in any of the other oaths. Could have been.
Okay.
Logically, guys, that man took his oath 10 years ago and he just got Gungnir this year.
Hmm.
But it still could
True.
be. He still could have met up with him.
They could have
recently.
like met up in an inn and are like, real quick,
High
real quick.
five.
Hey,
Let's
hey,
re-up
real quick,
this.
bud. While I'm walking this way and you're walking this way, I'm
But
going there, you're
also,
going here.
He said he'd been trying to figure this out for a while too.
Okay.
He doesn't seem
Interesting.
fully aware of it
But
himself.
all my
Yeah.
info out that I know.
Okay.
It sounds like we
Hmm.
don't have exact answers, and I promised him that I would try to figure it out.
Mhm.
And there's a deck right there that could potentially have me just figure it out.
It certainly seemed to favor your so far, except for your magic items. But granted, not the worst price
I'll
to
draw
pay.
one more.
Oh, fun! You saw Loki disassociated through the rest of the conversation. He was gone. He was not part of
Until
any of that.
I'll draw X was said.
Oh, how exciting! You all are fun. The thing is, if you wait long enough, eventually it's like the chemicals in the human brain. You know.
Maybe that's
And the
it.
Furbolg brain and the,
You're
et
drawing?
cetera.
Yes.
One card.
Well then. Okay. Star. You increase one of your ability scores by 2. The score can exceed 20, but cannot exceed 24.
Oh, damn, son.
Well,
I don't know why you all aren't just throwing yourselves at this thing. This is really working out for all of you. So you don't have to figure that out now, Greg, but you can figure that out before next session.
I don't play games of chance. There does not seem to be any skill component to this other than
Oh,
luck.
I wouldn't call it a game. It's a
Definitely
game for
not.
me. I wouldn't call it a
No,
game.
it's
for
a
you.
game.
Oh, I mean, it's a game, and you should play it.
I
My
already
bad.
did.
You did, and you did quite well in the grand scheme.
Hmm.
He's really, coming out pretty good. Keld, you seem to have the deck's favor at this time.
I fear how long I could hold it.
Oh, you never know. Could get your own wishes. Could be carted off into the abyss, your body left here to drool, and your friends maybe will go find you.
Hmm.
That's a very specific one, but
I don't like the sound of that.
well, it didn't happen to you, so don't even worry about it.
Okay, but if I use the one to undo the other one, it's just like if I was drawing again anyway, guys.
That's pretty much the point, and you get your stuff back.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense.
To I can't agree or disagree. I love all outcomes. I'm kind of sad I haven't seen any like ruin, but like, and then I probably would feel bad that I wanted it, and it'd be a whole kind of spiral thing that I'd have to deal with, and then I'd be like, oh no, and like you'd be crying, and then you'd look at me, and I'd be smiling, and then I'd feel bad because I didn't like fix my face.
Not to discourage you from drawing more, but
Mhm.
perhaps you could use your fate to restore only one of your items. If you're not interested in saving all of them and reaping further consequences.
But I feel like it's more fun to do all of them, Roshan.
Oh, she's so fun, and you almost didn't invite
I'm-
me. I could tell.
I've been
I'm
asking them for weeks to invite you.
Oh, I am. Ooh,
Is
ow.
you know, we should have moved on it sooner. You're right. We absolutely should have.
Should have. It's fine. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use the Fates card to undo that
Okay.
one.
There
So
you
we're
go.
using the
And
fates
draw a
to
new
say
one.
say that a new card has been drawn.
Yeah.
A new card
I-
is brought into existence. Your magic items have returned. I will say if I
Hooray!
do end up drawing that card again, I will draw a different card, as it is stated
Yeah.
you do not draw that card in this universe.
And probably none of the other ones as well, since they were already drawn.
That's true.
Maybe. I don't know. Magic's weird.
Okay. The key. Nix, you recall that you were given a wrapped gift box that is right behind you right now. You set it down.
Huh.
And it is addressed to you. Just a large gift box. And it says, open when ready.
I'm ready.
And,
Why
open
wouldn't
it.
you be?
and that's where we're going to take our break.
Hey!
That's where we're going to take a break.
Oh no. Oh
Uh,
boy.
Unless I'm not
Oh,
ready, I can
no.
open it later.
No, we'll see. We'll see if we're ready in 10 minutes. Speaking of 10 minutes, go get a snap and a drink and a sip of 10 minutes.
A
Think of
snap?
a 10.
A snap of a drip. You know.
Snap,
Bye-bye. See you in 10
bye.
minutes.
10.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice School for episode 210 of On the Backs of Gods. We've been drawing from the deck of many things with our friend Loki, the literal god. And that's where we are currently, is people drawing from the deck and deciding if they should continue to do such, because honestly, the deck has been very kind. But does that mean it is inclined to take a turn for whoever's next? Unclear. Um, Loki continues to kind of shuffle and move it around. Each time Loki shuffles it, you watch like the deck shuffles itself again. So it seems like his interference, he cannot directly interfere with the deck. It seems what he does is not allowed. You don't know if that would happen if you shuffled the deck, but it seems when Loki shuffles the deck, the cards reconfigure themselves.
I think while Nana's watching this, she's calculating, she's thinking in her head. And then after a little while, she turns to Fen and she says, "Can you hold on to some things for me? Can I gift you some things for a little while?"
I'm happy to hold whatever you need.
For the purposes of this, I am bequeathing these to you for a little while. I'll figure out if it's forever or not in a little bit. Nana is going to give Fen her magic items. All the magic items in her person, she is gifting to Fen, her friend. So he's getting her boots of familiar ground, the rod of alertness, the glamored studded leather armor, Hell's dowry, the lantern revealing, the short sword of lawns, the belt of returning, the flower pommel dagger, and the hat of disguise. Praise be to God, hallelujah. So
Seems like cheating. Loki's just like gonna watching.
Oh, this is a really good idea, Nana. I'll do the
I-
same thing if I draw more.
it's, if nothing else, I don't know
Then
if
what's
the cards.
the point of chance anymore if you don't lose everything you own?
It's only the magic items, and some of those have been extremely good to me, and I'm a little partial to them. I hope you'll forgive me a bit of sentimentality, but some of them got me through the end of the world twice. So
Once, really.
once only, really, in the manner that it counts,
Mm.
which I suppose is for the best.
Listen, I don't make the rules.
Oh.
The deck does. If the deck does not
course.
think this is acceptable, the deck will think it is unacceptable. I don't
Of course.
decide.
And you know what? If the deck does not think that this negates whatever consequence may come my way, then I have, in effect, lost nothing in the attempt. Nothing I wouldn't have lost anyway. Or I suppose, in this case, if I wind up, I don't know, with my soul taken off to some jar somewhere,
That's
somebody's
a fun
got
one.
to
I
hold
know
on to.
someone who's still in that gem.
Oh dear.
Well, you'd go to a different one, so you wouldn't have to like be crammed in there together.
That's good. That's good. I can't imagine it'd be nice to be crammed in together with somebody inside of a.
No. But you do have like
Gemstone.
guards who are like protecting your gem, so I'm assuming that like they can talk to each other, maybe.
It's good to not be entirely by oneself.
Yeah.
if
Well,
nothing
I'm
else.
assuming he has probably gone mad, but like at least he has some companionship.
That's good.
I don't even know if he'd have a body to go back to. That's been a long time. He's probably better off in the gem, or his soul coming out and then dissipating. I don't know what happens if his soul comes out and there's no flesh. I forgot about him. Damn.
The fuck are you talking about?
Oh, don't worry about it. It probably won't happen to you. You're drawing. You gave your friend all of your shit.
Yeah. How many are you drawing?
I'm going to draw 3.
So excited. And listen, hey, actually, I'll give you my promise. And he holds out his hand. If your soul is sent to a gem, I will personally, and by personally I mean I expect assistance, but I will accompany in retrieving it.
I will accept that gladly. Thank you. Nana will shake on that.
Perfect. You're drawing your
Seems
first
the
card?
very least that she can ask for out of
Yeah.
such a situation.
Could you also come get my soul? Yes.
That would
Perfect,
be
thank
very
you.
kind, please. Thank you. All right, so Nana will draw her first card.
Where did it go? Okay. Where are you? Roll me a d4.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Oh golly, where did I set it? Ah, I'm so sorry. I thought I had mine out already. Good golly, very unprofessional of me. So sorry. 2 seconds. It'll be digital then. D4. She goes away. I've rolled a 1.
Okay. You've drawn the card. Idiot.
Oh.
Your intelligence score decreases by a d4 plus 1. So you are minusing your intelligence score by 2.
Wow.
And you may also
ouch.
draw another card if you'd like to, as
Oh.
part of this turn.
You know
So you
what?
could add an additional card if you were so inclined.
I feel like, on account of that intelligence debuff, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Yeah,
All right,
let's
we'll
add
go
one
ahead.
more card.
Okay, we'll go ahead and draw that one then. So we'll draw that one first.
Very good.
There will not be a shuffle in between this one, but you can shuffle between the next ones if so inclined.
Understood?
Nana's eyes dim a little bit. Her ability to memorize has just been affected, is really the grand scheme of things. Well. How about you roll me another d4?
Okie dokie. A D4 we go. Well, that is another 1.
Okay. The moon.
Ho!
You get to cast the wish spell once.
Yes!
Loki turns your hand and looks at it. I feel like you guys are going to rip the fabric of reality to pieces, and I am very excited.
Oh. Well, if I don't want to do anything so rash. I think I know what I'd like to wish for, but I'm going to sit on it, at least for a bit.
Just wait. We
Yeah.
discussed that. It's
Oh, yeah.
yours to use. Just remember what happened.
Of course. No, I'm...
Or you could do it right now. I've always been a gut instinct person.
Fed just glares daggers into Loki.
You've got an awful lot more... You've got an awful lot more courage than I've got, I think. But I'm going to think about this, and I'm going to make it count. I've just got the 1, so I want it to be good.
That is beautiful. Please draw.
I will.
Would you like a shuffle in between, or would you just like to keep riding this train?
Let's keep riding this train.
Let's ride this train. So we need to draw 2 more, is where we are, because you got your extra 1.
Yes.
So 2 more. Okay. The night.
Oh.
A letter whizzes through the air and kind of lands directly where the card was, and the card disappears, and now there is a letter sitting in your hand.
Ooh. All right. Is it addressed to moi?
It is addressed to you.
Ooh. Well, Nana, I guess, glances around, opens the letter.
In very nice script. I am coming to your aid. I shall be there shortly.
who is it signed by?
It isn't signed by anyone.
That's so strange. Oh, huh. Who? I'm confused, but I think I'm glad. Well, I've got
It
one more
doesn't
to
seem
go.
like a bad thing yet.
It doesn't seem like one. It certainly seemed like a very friendly sort of card. I mean, if one is able to trust the appearances of such things.
Hmm.
And one more.
One more. That's the last one of the three.
So bright.
So pretty.
The sun.
Oh,
So you will get a boon at your next level up,
oh, got
and
it.
you will be receiving a wondrous item as another package lands on the ground behind you, wrapped and
Oh.
addressed to you.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. Well then. Huh.
See? We should all draw more.
Not a single drawback. I mean, mostly.
I mean, I can't think of any.
You've drawn how
Perfect.
many now, Nana?
It's
It
technically done
was
6 now.
Okay, do I
Yes.
count the fact that one of mine has been undone or not
Well, it
in my
kind of.
total?
Well, it would have. Didn't it come out to be something else?
Yes.
So I suppose it sort of got substituted with a different one? Does it stay the same number?
I don't know. That's how I have to decide how many I'm drawing is based on if that one counts or not.
Oh. Well, how does it count for your game?
I love the logic.
It sort of depends on what rule set you're using, isn't it?
So I feel like I've only declared the one number, and that should be the number I've said I've done before, which means to be ahead of you, I have to do at least 2 more.
I like that it's a
you-
competition. Now it's really a game.
Ooh, oh dear. Well, if you would like to, I'll let you best me. But if you want to tie, I'll let you tie, and I won't fight you for it.
You see, Nana, I like to win games.
Well, then I can't take that from you. You've certainly not really taken much on the chin thus far. Just
Can you
just
really
be
win this,
careful.
though?
We'll see.
I can have the highest number, Kel. It's
Thank you,
winning.
Keld.
Hmm.
Roshan,
Uh,
anything?
No.
Roshan just sipping tea. No.
Can't tell a grown adult what to do. They'll only want to do the opposite. Same as children. Same
Do
as
I
the
get the
elderly.
same deal? If I end up in a gem, are you gonna come find me? Or was that only for Nana?
I'll come find anybody who ends up in a gem.
That's a good
Mm.
idea.
If it's
'cause-
related to the deck. If it's not related to
Okay.
the deck, I'm not coming to find you.
'cause I can't help with your leg if you don't.
That's
Ooh,
also
what are you going to do? Oh,
I'll
you're fixing
try.
that.
I'm gonna try to regrow it.
Oh, like a little plant.
I regrew. She'll point to find I grew his arm and
that's
Kel's
true.
hand, and I'm going to fix your hand, Roshan. I do see what you did.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, I can see it.
As I understand it, something to do with things back home, but
Huh, we'll figure that out later. So I think the answer is 2
Mhm.
more.
You have to do it,
I know.
by the numbers.
Well, no one's stopping me. I'm gonna draw 2 more.
There we go. I wasn't expecting this like summoning of me to be so fun. I thought it was going to be more like what Fen was doing, where it's like, here's my questions about things that only those on high may know the answer to. And I'm like, yes, here's the answer. No, this is so much more fun. Ah, I'm having a good time. How
It
great.
sounds like we're all getting a little something out of this exchange, which, isn't
I
that
should
the
do the
dream?
thing and give all my magic items to Fen. Because Fen's our friend.
And is our
And I
friend.
am
Its
giving.
arms are full already.
Nana, take your stuff back. He needs space for
yes.
my stuff.
Well, I suppose that's
Well,
up
that's
to
now his stuff.
It is technically his stuff. I did say I bequeathed it to him.
Nana,
Yes.
I hereby gift to you
Uh-huh.
boots of familiar terrain and
And all the
drop
rest.
all the
Bunch
and he just kind of like
Ah.
dumps it at her.
Thank
All
you.
your jewelry and stuff disappeared at 1.2. So Fen, hold on to my wedding ring just in case.
Yes, that's a good idea.
All right.
And all the magic items. Everything's been gifted to Fen. Don't tell Russ you're married to him now. I don't think he'll like it.
I think there has to be a ceremony if it's going to fully transfer over. I think you need at least an efficient.
Probably.
So 2 is what we said?
2.
You drawing?
I'm drawing the first one.
Where are you?
And so we can't play anymore due to copyright.
Yes. I also read it
Sure.
wrong last time, but I am going to refer to it how I referred to it last time, which is rain.
What?
Um,
Okay, yeah.
So, all forms of wealth that you carry or own other than magic items are lost to you.
Well, there you go. That was very good
Portable
foresight on
property
your part.
vanishes, businesses, buildings, and land you own are
How
lost in a
poetic.
way that alters reality the least.
I had almost no money on me anyway, guys. It was like 30 silver.
Yeah, and like legitimately, I don't think you even own your bedroom in your mom and dad's house.
I
It's
don't.
their house.
I do think I would lose the diamond dust we have, though.
Yeah.
But that's whatever. We now have a prayer bead necklace that can do greater restoration for us.
That is true.
I'll look at the other stuff after.
No, see, now I hate to be rude, but like, could you have imagined the look on your face when your wedding ring disintegrates?
See, it would have been really bad, but I
That-
remembered that I had it.
There you are.
I'm out of
Yes.
money, though.
That is true. Probably.
I wonder if those
Oh.
if all that jewelry survived.
That's okay. I've got plenty for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll draw another one.
Last
sure a
one.
good chunk
Would you
of
like a
this technically
reshuffle or are we
is
just going?
No,
for it?
no, no. Let's go for it.
Skull.
Oh, guys.
Oh, that does sound a little bit ominous, I
I'm
will say.
scared.
It does sound ominous.
I would love to grab my
Does.
sickle from Fen.
Well, you don't know what this means yet.
When I do know.
When you know.
This is
Um,
my
you
stated
know, you know.
intent.
Loki takes like a little gander. Oh,
Oh dear.
What's that one?
interesting.
That doesn't look very friendly.
Oh, give it a second. Give
Okay.
it a second.
Is it going to take longer than that night?
One moment.
Oh, I'm looking around.
You look around. And then there's
Is
a
it the
low
letter?
rumble.
Oh. I think it caused an earthquake, guys.
And the earth splits.
Oh, I really hope not. Oh!
A fissure is formed in the earth, and you watch as dark arms burst out from the crevasse and pull itself upwards. A feminine form draped in ichor kind of looks like it's wearing long, deep robes, face obscured by a hood, steps forward. It seems you and I have a fight.
What?
Prepare yourself.
Oh
If
dear.
anyone interferes, they will have their own reckoning. Is that understood?
Right.
Do I have time to put my armor on?
Take your time, child.
Do we
But not too
recognize this figure?
I'll go take my stuff back from Fen.
Yeah, I think that's.
You
that's
start
good
just
idea.
grabbing all your shit. Hold on, hold on.
Fen's like,
Give me
I
two-
hereby
give-
bequeath
give
unto
me,
you
like,
this and this
10
and this and so
minutes,
on.
Just think of the boon you get if you defeat her by yourself or something.
Yeah.
Guys, don't interfere
Okay.
unless it looks like it's necessary.
We will probably be on like, collateral damage control or
Actually, giving
something.
me time to prepare, I can activate symbiotic entity in
Oh,
advance.
there you go. Good.
Yeah, if any of you interfere in any way, another one of these ladies will pop up and they will fight you. And if somebody tries to interfere with that lady, another one will pop up and try to fight that person. I am spelling it out plainly.
Understood.
They put the stats on here, which is nice of them.
That is very good.
We should have stopped trying.
No, it's fine. It's fine. To be transparent, I should have 1 6th level spell slot gone from transporting people here, and probably a 5th one from scrying to bring them here. I would assume. Because nothing's marked off.
Well, it depends. You brought them from the library and you know trees at the
Yeah.
library. So you
That's
wouldn't have had to
fair.
scry.
That's true. Alright, so just the 6th level. Got it. Alright, guys, let me pull up some T-Rex stats just in case.
Understood. I think that's a smart thing to look up.
Nyx, the parameters of the combat are relayed to you and everyone that they cannot interfere, that this is your fight alone, and that if you fall in this fight, you cannot be restored to life by any means.
Crazy.
So you
Uh,
can't lose, all right, Nyx?
Loki gives you like a pat on the back and then like goes and like gets comfortable on a stump.
Should we move out of the middle of town? Probably.
Loki sitting in the middle of town. Ugh.
I'll bring you a drink, Loki.
Just bring the whole
Loki
jug
hobbles.
for him.
You guys just pick up the jug and you can carry it. The Avatar of Death will allow you to move out of town.
Okay, cool. I'd rather not destroy my home.
Avatar of Death.
Yes. What about her?
That was out of character. That was
She's very
out of
pretty.
character judgment.
Nyx, how many hit
I'm
points do you have?
willing. Before the temp HP,
Yes.
123.
What a fun number.
What is my? That's weird. Oh. Guys, I should probably click the attunement button for all these magic items.
I'm not too worried, Nyx, but you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Guys, watch my fight.
Guys, support me emotionally. Cheer for me.
Oh, we
We
will.
will
Should we invite
definitely
Russ
cheer
to my
for
fight?
you. Oh boy.
Would you like to invite Russ to the
No!
Russ has his own
No!
avatar of
No!
death.
No!
Intervene, we can't
No!
invite him.
Absolutely not. Brynja should
even
be
say
keeping
so.
Russ as far away
She
from
thinks
this
about
as
it for
possible.
2 seconds, almost goes again. She's like, no, it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay. Okay. Now, I recall that being different. Hold on.
You guys should give me a pep talk at least.
Hey, Nix, don't die.
You're
That's
going
very
to do
helpful. Thank you.
you're going to do just fine, Nyx. You've already beaten
I'm sure you've got this.
fragment of a new god, and you
To
were
be
holding
fair,
your
she
own
like
well.
barely touched me during that fight. She really was mad at you guys.
Yeah, true, but at the same time, I mean, who can say that they survived pretty well through an encounter with a fragment of a god?
That's true.
Yeah, honestly, of any of us, I think you probably stand the greatest chance of being able to go toe to toe with an actual avatar of death.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You've got this.
You watch as the entity sizes you up, and then you almost like watch its like body chemistry change and shift. It almost seems weaker than how it appeared. Like it does not seem like it is at its like peak ability, but it seems that there are like pieces of it that mirror you. Like if you like focus on a shoulder, you can see part of like your fabric seems to be inlaid with this ichor. They're just pieces of you kind of pressed into it. Roll initiative.
Okay. I got a nat 20. So 22.
Wow.
Nyx is feeling good.
Okay. You're first. The entity
Considering
begins
this
like
is-
moving towards you.
Yeah. I think for half a second, Nixon almost goes to blight her, and then she's like, "That's stupid. This thing is undead. It never works on the undead people." And I will cast Sunbeam.
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 Here comes Sunbeam.
So that's a con save. DC 20.
Okay. It fails.
Okay. So failure. You'll take full damage, and you are blinded for until my next turn, since it's Sunbeam.
Mhm.
For 68.
Opening strong.
And it's a concentration spell, so
Okay.
I will put out my concentration token. 28. 32 radiant damage
Okay.
as this beam flashes out of her head immediately at this entity walking towards her.
Yeah. It already looks pretty hurt.
Okay.
The entity approaches you as a scythe of ichor forms in its hands, and the scythe immediately makes impact. There is no roll; it hits you. Go ahead and take 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And 2 necrotic damage as this scythe immediately finds purchase on you. And that'll be your turn.
Okay. I'm not going to bother with the spore damage because I'm just going to make an assumption that that won't do us any good.
I'm gonna assume
Yeah. They land on her.
they're there.
Okay.
The
Since I
spores
still
be
have the
like,
Sunbeam
"Hi,
up-
Mom."
All right. Concentration check. See if Sunbeam stays. That's 15 total, so it should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that'd be a another con save for her to see if she takes the full sunbeam damage. I'm just gonna keep shooting at her.
Wrong dice. Yeah, that'll be a fail.
Okay, 17, 19, 20, 28, 30. Yeah, 30. Exactly. Radiant damage.
What's up for this?
I can't see.
I know, I know. You see that number? I feel like it's like
Is that a 30?
that would be a 30. Nyx goes, actually watch this. And it's just this huge wave of this radiant energy that fully consumes the entity and rips it from existence.
Yo, what's up, Death?
Sort
Is
of
that how that
probably a-
normally goes?
Loki looks up. Oh, I looked down. Damn it.
Oh,
Shit.
wow. Well, I mean,
That
it was
was
very
quick.
bright. It was a little difficult to see, but
She'll let the sunbeam drop. Okay.
You're just like,
oh my.
I looked down for
Goodness.
like 3 seconds.
Obviously, you could not stop for Death. Nyx, you're a wonder.
Oh, don't brag too much. Don't let death hear you. But like the minions, fuck them, right?
hmm,
Well, yes.
I mean, it purposely made itself weaker, so I don't know. Like,
weird.
it's kind of sad.
Seemed
Yeah.
like it was trying to make it more of a fair fight, which,
But I'm now winning, guys. I have the most cards drawn.
you know what?
Pretty good.
I can be gracious about that. I've gotten quite a lot already. I'm all right for right now.
Roshan, why aren't you drawing any cards?
I guess I've just got things that I'm afraid of losing.
Well, you could do what we did and give your stuff to Fen, and it'll all belong to him, and then it won't go away.
And just as before, if you wind up in a soul jar somewhere in a pocket dimension, we will go and get
We'll
your soul
find
back.
you.
That's the problem. If I get stuck in a gem somewhere
Mhm.
far away, how are you all going to get me out?
We'll talk with your the friend who he with the key. What was his name?
You're absolutely right, Roshan. It's a terrible idea. I'm glad you haven't drawn a card.
What do you mean, Fen? It's only been good.
Honestly, it's been pretty decent.
I think I'll abstain. Thank you, though.
Okay,
Can't make an adult do what you don't want to do, so
it's fine.
all right.
All good
Devastating.
things come in threes, so I'll take one more.
Oh! Oh God, I was about to leave. Ah!
Ah!
But I haven't grown your leg back.
Oh, you're right.
We do need to take care of that before you leave.
Most definitely.
He has been kept well in drink as he's
Sounds
been
like
here
you don't want
because
your
you know.
leg. Okay.
Maybe he doesn't.
Well,
Believe me, I want it. And the thing is, hey, between you and I and everyone who can hear me whispering loudly, I can alter my form and get it back. But that seems like cheating.
I see what you mean.
So I could turn myself into a different person, as I am wont to do, and I could have a leg. But I don't most of the time. You know, sometimes I suppose you need it for the bit, but Sometimes you need a leg for the bit, as it were.
Well, I'll try, and you can decide if you want a different form without a leg then.
Perfect. I'm not against anyone trying. If you can grow god flesh, then
I have
think
no
we
idea,
have more
but
things to talk about.
today's the day to
Considering
learn.
she
Maybe she
just
can.
defeated an avatar of death, I don't
don't
know
know
if there's
if that
anything that
counts,
Nyx can't
guys.
do.
What do you mean?
I mean,
I don't feel like that was. I don't know.
Mhm.
well, I suppose if you ever wind up drawing the same card again in the future, you can talk it out with. I don't know if it'll be the same one again, or if it'll be a different one.
Well, she'll come back and she'll be pissed, and then you'll kill her exactly the same way. It'll be great.
Oh dear.
One card, sir. You're drawing?
Yes.
I would just love some variety. This. What if I turn the light like a little bit away? What if I plunge myself into darkness?
Is that the
The
sun?
sun.
That is the sun.
Do 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 do.
You will get a boon at your next level up, and a wrapped gift appears on the ground behind you, labeled for you.
Ooh.
We've both got presents to open.
Yeah, all three of us do.
How
No, that's
exciting.
right.
Wow.
I forgot you'd
It's
had yours.
Christmas.
I lost track of it behind you.
So many fun gifts. Honestly,
Well,
I feel
was
like I
right.
should draw a
Good
shit ton of
things in
cards.
threes.
I mean, you could.
I could.
And then
Just
if you
won't be
get
the
stuck
same.
in
I
a
don't-
gem, we can find you.
Right.
Ooh,
It would only be fair.
it would only be fair. And he extends a hand out.
You know what? Nana will take the hand and shake on that. She can't think of a reason why not to.
Because Loki is ripped from this world.
Good God.
Now, we didn't say when we'd go get him, but we said we'd go get him.
Exactly. We've still
The
got
moral
downtime to
dilemma.
finish.
Do gods
So
have souls that can be ripped from their bodies? These are the questions.
I'm like, can you just get yourself out of there? That's the other question.
yeah, it's a good
I mean, you've seen a god be stuck in a scenario they couldn't get out of.
Hmm.
I haven't.
You haven't.
You
They have.
haven't. Not with your own eyes. We've told you about it.
Yeah, but do I believe it? I don't know.
Well, I mean, this is at least proof that one of our tall
Hey,
tales
you
is
could ask
true.
the guy who did it. He's right here.
I had forgotten that.
How many should I draw? See, now if it's a game, that means I have to draw more than you. But if it's just me showing solidarity, I do like a number like 3.
I mean, I like good things coming in threes. Keld made a good
That's
point
true.
on that.
3 is a good number.
3 is quite the number.
A strong one, by many accounts.
So you have to do a 3 or 8.
3 or 8. Now,
Those are two
Knowing
very
me.
different numbers.
I'm inclined to pick 8.
Mm.
Oh, then I have to draw more.
Oh, Nix, you know I must draw
Oh,
8 then.
Dear. Oh no. Oh boy.
Nix, you know I must draw 8.
Oh. Oh dear.
I won't hold it against you if you decide that that is much too much and will allow me graciously to win. But I will be drawing 8 cards. I have nothing to gift anyone, as you can see. I have nothing on my person. And you see that Loki just has like the clothes on their back. They don't have any items on their person.
Mm.
Then I wish you all the luck in the world.
He watches just like a little box falls behind him wrapped in gift form.
Now you have something.
There you are.
Ooh, something to lose.
Ooh, skin in the game.
So the first card he drew was the sun.
The sun.
When does Loki get his level up?
Oh,
Ooh.
guys, let's
When
level
does
here real
Loki
quick.
level up next? He must be close by now.
He got the comet. So
Ooh.
the next fight he's in, that's all him, baby.
Oh boy.
He's got it.
I mean, that
3.
is probably fine for him.
Oh, here we go. He presents to you the rogue and then
The
sets it down.
rogue.
How exciting. I can't tell
Huh.
if that one's upsetting or not. It'll be interesting, though.
Hmm.
Okay. 3.
Oh.
Who you?
Oh dear.
Okay. You see just like a flash go across his eyes as he gets Uriel.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
I seem to be cursed.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. I can fix it.
That's good.
I'll hold on to it for a bit. It's only fair, but I can fix it.
It makes sense that a
4.
god could sort of just.
It's kind of in the wording is that a god can fix it. So it's see what I told you? It's like that'd be devastating for you if this happened to you. But for me, I could just get bored of it and snap it
Just
away if it's
decide,
like
it's
too
fine.
much.
Well, if it happened to us, we could just ask you to fix it.
You watch as the ground begins to crack open,
Oh,
and you watch
no.
as Loki raises his hands and slams them back together, and that entity is just ripped to pieces and killed near instantly as he draws the skull. I don't want to stop my flow. I feel like I need
Right.
momentum.
Right, of course. Keep it rolling.
As a large pile of gems falls in front of him, and he
Yes.
pushes them forward. You can have those.
Oh, thank you.
That's a gift for you. Ooh. Everyone shut up. And there's a long moment of quiet. And he opens his eyes, and there's one tear that falls down. Understood, thank you. As he draws the vizier.
Oh. Ooh.
And here's the last one. Here's hoping for Soul Gem and that you'll come find me. It'll be a fun little adventure, and I'll grant you a boon or something. It'd be a whole thing.
I'm certain it'd be a tale for the ages.
It's going to be a tale for the and Loki disappears
No, are
as
you
he
kidding
draws
me?
Don John.
Well, you know what? You know what?
His gift stays behind though, and all of his gems.
I mean,
um,
there. I can see
His
that
clothes
there are.
fall onto the ground. There you go. Yep.
How do we find him?
Well, you know.
And the
That's
deck
a
of many
good
things
question.
lands firmly on the ground in front of him.
Well, Nana's going to put that carefully into a pouch because, golly, that can't just be sitting out on the ground.
You could lock it with your skeleton hand.
I
back in
think
the
that
box.
might be a good idea, actually. For right now,
Probably, yeah.
until we
We
just
need to
get
keep
Loki
those
back.
secure.
Yeah,
Nana,
Nana.
it looks like your hand is starting to return to normal.
Quick.
You will not
Ooh,
have
I
this
better do
key
that
much
fast.
longer.
Oh, that's gross. That's worse than it. Oh, okay. So Nana's gonna go ahead and get that in the box and lock that up real quick before she has to look at this halfway grown back skeleton finger hand.
Okay, good luck getting it back out, but it is now back in the box.
Roshan gets his wish. He has a chance to try opening it on his own.
And in worst case scenario, somebody throws down a wish to open it back up again.
Or to find Loki. I
You
guess.
can use your wish to find Loki. I will say you cannot use your wish to free him, I believe.
It would tell us where he is, which, gives us a point to look for. and
Yeah.
do
So
some
you could
research
use a
on.
wish to locate him. You cannot use a wish to return him.
Got it.
So that's something that you guys have going on for whenever you want to deal with that.
Right.
Could be right now. Could not be right
Add
now.
it
Up
to
you.
the pile.
well,
What the-
Funny.
I've got a wish. I've got a wish.
I've got 2 of them. Don't worry.
Are you
Hmm?
sure? I mean, that's 2 wishes, Nix. That you could do anything with that.
Maybe we try the library first.
I can't go in the library, Fen.
You
We-
didn't do anything when you were in the library.
I tried.
That's true. And in fairness to Nix, she can't control that her hands mess up the books.
Well, I mean, I did cast magic to get kicked out.
You
It
did do
wasn't the
that on
water.
purpose, but I mean, prior to that, it was not like the environment was very friendly towards you being able to be hands on. At any rate, we've got 3 wishes, and we've also got a couple of uses of, well, one use of bending fate.
You can make that have not happened.
We could
Does
just
that count as us freeing him from the gem?
I don't know. I think
find
about
him?
it. If
If
It'd
you
be
use
like-
it to free him and bring him back, and he has to draw
if
a
you
new
were like
card,
that
If you
didn't
think of
happen,
it as undoing it
I
rather
feel
than
like that's
freeing
more
him,
like undoing it, which I feel like he would think was us cheating. I think he'd be
but
sad.
he kind of liked that we were cheating. It seemed he found it kind of funny.
up to you.
Which
wonder
do you
if he
think he'd
finds this
find
funny.
more funny? Us actually committing to the bit and going and finding him wherever on earth he is, or just saying, no, actually, that didn't happen.
I think he's pretty decidedly not on Earth.
Can you send him a message, Roshan, and see if he wants us to undo it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Just see what his preference is.
Hey, Loki. Can you hear me?
Okay, so roll a d20.
Oh, I got a nat 20. I don't know if that's good.
Okay.
Uh,
What do you say?
I think Roshan says, "Hey, Loki. Can you hear me? Do you want us to undo that last one?" And then I think he just cuts it off there.
You can feel as I think you've now done ascending across planes, so you can feel like that you had to like pay money to do this. Like you feel that this had to go through a lot of channels.
Roaming charges.
Honestly, first off, a bit that you talk up and then it happens, my favorite type. But I will leave it up to you. It was my choice to draw, and I ended up in the thing. You see, he's going way over the amount. Like, it seems that the sending means nothing to him. I made the choice to draw. This is the outcome. You made the chance to get what you received. If you wish to use it on me, so be it. If you wish to go into... Ugh. You can almost hear him looking through his entombment. If you wish to come here and get me, that is certainly your choice also. Both interesting.
I think Roshan it gives a weird look for a long time and then says, "Loki's strangely long-winded. He says it's up to us. We could help him or we could leave him. So I guess that's up to the people who have the resources to help him."
Did he say anything about where he was?
I think he tried.
Then I
Oh,
guess we've got time to figure out what to do.
Let
it's
him
up to
stew in there a
Nana.
little bit.
Yeah, if nothing else, he is kind of a god and can sort of just get bored if he decides he's bored, but let's have a look at what we're able to do, and if it seems like something that we can conceivably mount up and manage, then
I'm not casting a wish on him to know where he is if we're just gonna change our mind and undo his card draw.
Fair.
I fully understand. I think that seems like something that would be troublesome to the universe to undo. So I agree. Let's not.
So, Nana, you're the one that shook with him.
Right.
That
This
you'd
is all
fetch
on you.
him. That you'd fetch him. You single-handedly have the ability to bring him back, or we can all go march off to parts unknown, potentially losing all of our lives, and then no one knows where he is, and he's stuck there anyways.
Well, I'm perfectly happy to sally off by myself if that is.
I don't think any of us want that to happen either. It just could be a fun adventure, or it could be the sort of adventure that gets us all killed. That's all.
Well, no, it certainly sounds like. I don't know. If it's a place that Loki seems hesitant to describe or unable to describe in detail, either way, that sounds like a place that is rather powerful, rather dangerous. But we've been through rather powerful, rather dangerous places before. There was the temple that we found Bragi in, and the god's awful sprawling thorn forest, and oh, so very, very many terrible places. I'm
I
sure
would
it
just like
can't
to
be
say,
much
like,
worse.
above the table, just so you guys know, it is another plane. So take all of the planes into consideration.
All
He
the
is on
planes.
one of them.
Oh,
It
so
does
we
not
will
mean he is on
definitely have to talk to
Soppelheim.
Shelvedero. Oh
Well,
boy.
Shelley probably would not know unless he was in Soppelheim.
True.
And he called the other two realms that he had visited inhospitable.
Hmm.
He was able to go
Interesting.
to one of them. He seemed to think he couldn't go to another one. And he lost half of his body in the one he thought he could go to.
Hmm.
So just a reminder of things you know in this world. You are welcome to do it. I will make it happen. Or you could make it a non-canon event. It's it's fully up to you.
I fully may need a week out of game to consider that. That's a pretty meaty thing to weigh, and we've got wishes multiple and fate reverse multiple.
We
You
In
got
the
have
the
party.
one fate reverse left.
Oh, we have one fate reverse left.
Yeah, if we had more than one, I would have just used it and done
true,
it already.
true. Okay.
You could draw some cards from the deck. You guys have that now. Well,
That is
actually,
true.
you locked
Well,
it. You don't
it
have
is
it.
locked
You
up.
guys
But
made it
once
so that you
Roshan
cannot have
cracks
access
that
to it.
finger lock thing, we're set.
Yeah.
It is canon that Nana did not believe that he had that capacity before. But, that's not to say she can't believe that he has the capacity to learn.
It's true. Well, what are you guys doing? What are you doing with your downtime?
Well,
Well, if you're not gonna bring him back right now, I'm gonna at least go put his box in my room so it doesn't get lost.
That only seems fair. And I suppose perhaps it'd be a good idea for us to open these other boxes and
other
figure out what these are. And
You'll find out what those are in a week.
cool.
Let's maybe get all this inside and go
You
from
can
there.
be like, ooh, open
yeah,
it.
that's
Wow, how
true, yeah.
neat. But I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
put a name to it before next session.
Understood. Yeah,
I'm
that'll
not
be
going to make
done.
up 6 magic items right now to pull them out of my
Yeah,
ass.
that's a lot.
If we're not bringing him back, I'm gonna go show Russ all the stuff I got.
Yeah, I
And
think
tell
he'll
him
get a
about
kick out of that.
fighting death, I guess.
An
Ben's gonna go
agent of
pitch a
death.
tent in a snit.
He's like, I gotta go.
I'm not kink shaming anybody. You do
Ve-
whatever you want to do.
Very, very disappointed at his friends and their lack of rational decision making.
I said
Look at
Exceptionally
all
nothing
of our
concerned that this
boons.
seems to have turned out in their favor, only encouraging them further.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that.
Yeah, Roshan would go home.
Well, before Roshan goes home, I do think that Nana does want to kind of like catch him before he returns, just so that she can like get caught up. Because like she was a little bit emotionally heightened last time she tried to talk with him about like Ave and the will and everything, having been fresh off of witnessing her curse in action, or the ramifications of her deal in action. And I think she just wants to like sit down with Roshan and express to him in earnestness that she's feeling like she has not been up to speed with the reasons why we're out here doing what we do, the deeper reasons, the core reasons. Not much idea why we went into the Valley of Odin beyond Ave said there was a relic there that could protect our home. And that's about all she's gotten since then. And like we've gotten implications and guesswork that she's not really been able to draw together much of. And I don't know, it seems like you seem to know what's going on a lot of the time.
Well, if I seem to know what's going on, then it is likely just my confidence. I'd love to get to the bottom of whatever is going on, but I don't feel any closer than you are. I'd like to speak with the Gothies, see if there were any that were around for Ave's birth, but that was long ago at this point, so who knows?
I mean, my mum told stories about Ave's birth plenty. I mean, what mother doesn't? But I don't know. It never stuck out to me. I don't know. Maybe it was how she told it, or maybe I just thought of it a fanciful kind of way when I was young and never really considered it again.
I asked her to tell me the story, and she didn't. She was happy after it was all done, but I think whatever the Gothies and Hemming didn't sit right with her in the moment.
Do you think the tether said that it was Ave's blood that she hated, but Ave was an infant when Golveg died. There would be no actions on record, no reason for her to hate him. But what if it was his father's blood? What if it was my father's blood, Hemming's blood?
It could be. I don't know enough about what happened to him to say whose blood, if any blood, mattered. It mattered to what was left of Gulveg 40 years after she died.
But that's about all the lead we've had to go on so far, so.
Well, I keep digging. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Thank you. I'm planning to go by the library at some point or another, but let me know if you'll be by there, and we'll see if we can track down something.
Oh, well, I get to the library just about every day now.
Ah,
Uh, so I'm sure we'll see each other there.
okay. Take care of yourself, and do let Nyx have a look at that hand before you go, all right?
Uh, I'll let her look at it next time. And I think he's ashamed of it and like puts it in his pocket.
Hey,
She's had a day. She's let her have a night. She
all
can fix
right.
it later.
I won't rush you, but you told me only in brief what happened. And I don't think there's any less I'd have given were I in your place.
It felt like it was going to end and we weren't going to make any progress. And it doesn't feel great to add a pound of flesh to the equation, but it's brutally effective.
Well, not to say that I've been the model of prudence any time recently, but perhaps next time consider waiting a little longer before adding that pound of flesh. But for the moment, I understand. I know how long you've been waiting for something to change with your mum.
Well,
I get
and
it.
it wasn't just my drive to make things better for her. Um, at that point, we were already in for a penny, in for a pound. Diamonds, gold, incense.
Oh, you'd said it was a lot. You didn't say that much.
It, if I ever see Jinli again, I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't do anything that would give her cause to give you a riposte later, one way or another. Either make it a persuasive argument or a final one.
I just half of me wants to march up to the party next year and but she'd
Have it
fucking
out
wipe the
with her
floor
in the
with me.
street.
So
Right. And we all see how effective that can be when you just walk up with a plan and a story in your head.
well, perhaps I'll see you tomorrow at the library.
I like that. Take care of yourself.
And Roshan will make a circle on the sunburnt grass and go home.
Whoop. Anything people would like to do today before we jump into some library? Because I'm content to jump into library and library it up. A very big contrast compared to what we were just doing, but I'm ready to library.
Uh, Today, Roshan would like to message Valrone and see if she's available to stop by sometime, some evening.
Hi, darling. Maybe for an evening, but busy chiefing. Keep me posted when you're in town.
Yeah. And Roshan, I guess Roshan would try to set a date with her since she's busy chiefing.
Yeah.
Set an evening date over the next week, and uh, I think his main goal is for a companionship, um, and somebody to talk to since Egil's home is quiet. And then he will also ask her, um, I know you've got a series of circles. I asked at the library and they won't show me them. So do you have a list or
See, I have access to a fair number of circles. Um, I could easily get you those diagrams, though there are many of them. If you step through unannounced, you're going to get yourself killed.
well, having them available is perhaps better than not.
Of course, if you're able to find some way to get yourself um, access to these sorts of teleportation circles, um, by all means. I will say at this time, I am currently not willing to give that to you. Um, maybe it's the chief mindset, but I can still get you the circles.
Um, okay, so what is she not providing access to? Just the
So
know-how
she's saying, here's the circle. You could go there. She's saying
yeah,
the second you land in some of them, you're going to
yeah,
get your ass kicked. She is not giving you like the ticket. She's giving you
yeah.
basically the ability to get there, but she's not giving you the pass.
That's perfectly generous. Perhaps uh, I could come visit you.
Well, you have access to ours, and it seems you already are using this one. Maybe we should put somebody kind of to sit around and stare at it. Hadn't really thought about it. I'll dwell on that.
Thank you for keeping things safe.
Well, somebody has to.
And when you get the time, can you show me that I can make one big hand or one small hand, but I can't make a lot of little hands. Will you show me your secret?
Well, I'll certainly try, but a lady has to have some secrets.
Maybe I'll observe and just do it myself.
I think that's a good idea. Oh, and also don't think it's me being like, ooh, I'm not going to give you a pass. See, I have a pass. Eagle has a pass. Acquiring enough passes for all of you to have access to every teleportation circle, um, that's like owing people shit kind of scenarios. And Eagle and I are currently not interested in knowing anybody any more shit.
Understandable. Um, you don't know how he is, do you?
Oh, he's having a terrible fucking time, sweetheart.
Yeah. He keeps saying he's hopeful that he'll be home soon. But
Uh, well, we're all hopeful, aren't we? Uh, honestly, it seems that most recent events are currently in our favor. So I think maybe that could be true.
it's just quiet around here.
Yeah, you've decided to set up in the basement, so it's
Well,
pretty loud up there.
I just want to be around if he decides he wants to come home. Or if anyone else wants to use the circle.
Okay, sweetheart. So this is what it at least looks like. She'll set up herself in her hand throne. Um, and you're welcome to take notes. She provides no information, but she lets you look.
I think Roshan is happy because he gets to do something new or figure it out for himself.
Yeah. Anything else before we start doing some library dumps? Lord, dump at the library. Let's go.
And we don't have to go through it. Nyx 100% tells the whole story of what happened to with Russ. And probably bring it to you. They should both hear all about this deck and how it's a great thing.
I would have drawn a fucking card.
They locked it back up, but we can figure it out.
Russ picks up this box and just gives it the fucking like wallop. He's like, 1 second.
I'm pretty sure we tried that at one point.
Oh no, you guys hit it with like an axe. Like you guys have tried.
Yeah,
before,
100%.
so-
We
Yeah.
did try the percussive maintenance route.
It's sturdy.
Mm-hmm. And we could try to they like turned Nana's hand into a key by making it just bone. So maybe I don't know. I put a key in there once and it just kind of disintegrated the key. So maybe if you just put a finger in there, it'll disintegrate the skin and it'll become a key.
I hate this line of thinking.
I can't tell if it's like a really good idea or if it's like that's how you lose your finger.
But see, I could grow it back.
That's true. So really, what's the loss?
Or we just wait for Roshan to figure out how to like blah, blah, blah.
I could try to open it. I could try.
I mean, the thing is, if we were going to do it, I'd do it and wouldn't be letting you do it, but nope,
Kinda
put it
already
on the
spoiled
dresser.
that.
It'll be around.
Yeah, I'll see if I get too curious, and if I get too curious, I'll find you.
Also, I have a question. Just to clarify something. This smoke thing. So I think it's not related to the spear and the oath you made on the spear, but the other people think that it is. So, did you see the smoke before the first time you made an oath on this spear? Or was it after?
The first time I noticed the smoke,
Yeah.
Probably around 10 years ago.
So, definitely before.
I mean, it was around the time that I made my first oath, but it wasn't on that particular spear.
Right.
It was just
Well,
sort of
then-
like a stated thing.
Well, then they're wrong that it's not related to the spear.
I don't think it ever crossed my mind that it was, but
Me
also,
either.
like I didn't think in that direction at all, so I can't even say if it was, you know.
Well, I'll send him back to the library with the new information. Also, I have wishes now, so maybe I can just use one that way to find it out.
Well, you should save those in case we need, like... In case we need...
See, that's the thing. I don't know if there's something I really need to save it for.
Right. I can't think of, like...
Like, I'm currently considering just that information and maybe where this person is that I can't seem to scry on. Because it's not working.
Yeah, she's sneaky, sort of fell off
Yeah.
the map.
But we can decide on that later.
Yeah, we can wait. Let everybody have their fun at the library, doing whatever it is they do at the library.
I'm sending them there tomorrow. I'm not going.
I'm not going, and probably wouldn't have in any scenario, but don't know what I'd find.
You could go to see if you could find a fun way to get banned.
That is pretty fun. Yeah, I feel bad doing like collateral damage to the library because I feel like that's what it'd have to be.
No, I just did magic and they kicked me out forever.
Oh, well, I don't really do magic. If I took my dick out, do you think they'd just like send me on my way, or is that like okay at the
Probably.
library?
They'd
That's
probably
probably
kick
what
you
I
out.
do.
Or if you yell even.
Oh,
Huh.
I'll dwell on it. I'll dwell on some ways to get banned from the library.
They could sit and debate ways to get banned from the library.
Yeah, you all discuss ways to get banned.
The best ways.
Meanwhile, who's all going to the library at some point?
Fen doesn't really know what to research at this point. He's
You're welcome to be like, if people get advantage if they have somebody assisting them. So you're welcome to do that, or you can just vibe.
yeah. Fen will go and give advantage to whoever needs help.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that at least Nana's going to be there at some point. If given this information that Russ.
I would update everybody
Okay, cool.
immediately.
We've got the down low. We're all together on this. We know what we're about. So I think given that, I don't know, if Fen is allowing her advantage on this, then I think she would be interested to see if there's another tack to take on this. If this truly happened about 10 years ago or so, then that must be about when he had his incident, his first big brush with death, right?
So I'm going to be transparent about this because I had already planned to be. The DC for this role to find the information you need about Russ and his scenario is 30.
Fuck.
I was going to give it to Fen on a nat 20. But because he's so close, he'd have like a 27 or something. So I'm like, I'd give it on a nat 20. But also Nana just got dumber. And so I would not give it to her on a nat 20. I'm informing you that you do not have the ability to find the answer to this.
Well, good thing Roshan was also planning on looking for that.
Thank God.
He's also been updated, but I wasn't able to be there to give him his fingers back yet.
You'll get him. You'll find him.
He's gonna catch him eventually.
Yeah. Just like with Fen. What
you
is
could
with these
literally
boys
go to
and
where
just...
he is almost at any point and be
You
like,
could.
you're just waiting outside.
One day she'll just be standing outside this mansion.
At the teleportation circle. Hey, bud.
Sup?
Give me your hand.
You ready to listen
Roshan
to Mother
probably
Nature?
comes running because he expects it to be Egil and is like, whoa, not.
Oh, well, she'd probably have to go through, and then she walks all the way down and then has to be like, where's Roshan? And has to like figure out how to get to you. But, we'll get there when we get there, which means, Roshan, you're welcome to research this topic. Somebody's welcome to help you if they're so inclined. But Nana, you probably should pick a different topic.
Cool.
Because that one I put a pretty high cap on.
Understood. That's fine. In which case, taking a different tack.
Yeah, Fen's gonna help Roshan because this seems like the important one.
Yep.
Nana can go read comic books or something.
Sure.
It's like she's in a doctor's lobby and she's like, all right. Nana, you're welcome
Here's
to
one
research.
you might like. It's called Captain Underpants.
Ooh, that's fun.
That's a fun one.
Well, which one of your
Roshan
topics would you like to look at? Nana, just tell me which one you want to do, and then I'll get to Roshan, and then I'll come back to you. Or I'll do it in whatever order suits me when I know what you're looking at.
yeah,
I'll see what happens.
I
I'll see
think
which one's more thematic to me.
leaving off the first of the four that I mentioned to you,
Oh, that
the
means nothing to me.
the
For
ritual.
sure.
Okay, rituals for which a god could be sacrificed. Like something about like are there old tales about like a god being needed to be sacrificed for something specific to happen? She's trying to piece together something about what happened with Gulveg. You know, see if there's anything that can be found in just the general folklore.
Hey, what's your intelligence score now?
That's an 8 now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me investigation.
Ooh, sure thing. He ha 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 ha. Well, it's a 15.
And that's with your minus.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. It's taking you some time. It's
Yeah.
the library. Boy, she is expensive.
It's just hard to remember which rows she's gone down already. And like sometimes she picks up a book thinking that it's a different book, but it's actually one she already looked in.
So this will take some time, but what you're kind of coming to the conclusion of is it's easier to find rituals or talk of rituals. You don't find these exact rituals by any
Sure.
means.
She wouldn't think to see it like, here's how you kill a god and sacrifice it for XYZ.
Oh, well, you
She
don't
was
find
like,
anything
no,
like that.
no. She was
Like
expecting maybe
even
like
that
a
topic.
story of like a god like fighting another god and taking something from that god for something else, or like something that could approximate this exchange that happened.
I mean, there are stories of gods dying, but they seem to be almost more accidental. But when it comes to rituals, there is more information on drawing power from dead gods, power that's in the soil. That seems to be a topic that people have discussed and continue to discuss. It is stated to be unheard of for a mortal to kill a god. That seems to just be like hey, across the board, probably not doing that. That does not seem like something that one could accomplish. There is speculation a god could be killed by a mortal if they wield a weapon. You're like, wow, Loki kind of was giving the correct details in his rambling.
We can corroborate Loki's chaotic dialogue. So
There's
that's
also
good.
the possibility of if someone were to wield a living god's strength. So it couldn't be if you pulled Earth like Roshan's situation. Roshan having that power does not work. Also,
Okay.
being a cleric or a paladin of a living god will not work. But if you are actively wielding the entirety of the strength of a god, it is possible for you to go toe to toe with a god. The people who speculate this don't seem like they're like you could. It's if you should is the toss up. The author also implies that there are dark magics out there, but refuses to elaborate on the topic in this one book you have found. States that there are authors willing to disrespect magics and the sanctity of humanity, but that they will not stoop so low themselves. You are welcome to continue down that rabbit hole if you are so inclined.
That certainly sounds like the kind of nonsensical god-killing bullshit that is what we're looking at tangentially. So yeah, let's keep going down that rabbit hole a while.
Okay, you continue that. This is probably going to take you, what you've just done is probably taking you the day.
Yeah.
And Roshan, what are you looking for?
Roshan is going to refocus the from like Gungnir and oaths into something a little bit more nebulous and like what types of things could keep you alive beyond death, and start going down that that route with respect to oaths. And he got a 34 on investigation.
With Fen, with you like, okay, so this entire section, no good. This entire
Yeah.
section, no
Yeah.
good. Smoke up the butt section, no good.
There's
So
nothing to do with smoke
Fen
up the
is
butt
like
that I can find that helps with any
takes
of
out a
this.
lot of categories for you.
Mm.
Kind of like helps narrow it down a good bit where you're like, well, how many other places could I possibly look?
Not that many.
So the two of you get started in kind of a more vague thought process and start going through that. Both of you like pouring through books. You, Roshan, end up. Honestly, I'm going to say this is like the next day. Like this is you guys pouring through this library. Just like basically ripping it apart in a very polite way. But you eventually stumble on a book where somebody mentions the bellows. That the man walked with purpose, insisting he could not stay long as he had places to be, compelled by the bellows, the smoking wrath of his conviction. This is a line that sticks with you and starts to guide your path in reading. You're like, now hold on. Fen shows you the sections that he was looking at in the god categories of swearing oaths to gods. And you are led to information on the god Vidar, also known as the Wide Ruling One, or the Silent God. He is a god of rebirth and retribution and vengeance. In the stories, he is fated to rule after his father Odin. There is some discourse if he is currently living. This seems to be up for debate. If he fell during the fall, there are currently no active religious sects that are listed from the information you have gathered. There is only rumor and fable. You get into a section where somebody begins to talk about their experience with this as kind of like an outsider looking in. Some people claim to have been blessed or cursed by the unfallen of Vidar or compelled by the bellows. These are individuals that have claimed to have died, and their rebirth is attributed to Vidar's interest. On a broader sense, these individuals are referred to as revenants. In cases of revenants, undead beings held by their word by purpose, held to this world by purpose. They are said to be of Vidar's mercy and malice, blessed with life and cursed to live until vengeance is carried out. The revenant is plagued with thoughts of its purpose and will be compelled to see this purpose through. The revenant cannot be slain or claimed by corruption until it enacts its retribution. Until this task is carried out to completion, the revenant will die as the fire of Vidar will no longer fuel them. So once they have completed their goal, that fire will die. They will cease to live. Symbology includes a roaring fire and billowing smoke. All of this seems to be speculation and hearsay, says the author.
Well, this could be it. It could be proof that Vidar still lives, or at least part of him.
Some aspect of him. We all assumed that Gulveg was alive, and that turned out not to be the case, even though her blessing and will seem to influence things around us. But I think, I'm not sure if we're in agreement, but need to make sure that Russ doesn't accomplish his oath, right? Is that what you took from this?
I don't think the books will be able to tell us what will happen to him once he completes that oath, or once he completes his vengeance, it sounds. It could be that all of the gifts of his life could then be taken. Or it could be that once he finishes, it no longer keeps him alive, but perhaps it doesn't kill him or return him to a baseline. I don't think there's any way to know for sure, but we should probably. I'll come with you and Nana, and we'll go talk to Nyx and Russ tonight.
My fear is that Russ accomplishes his goal and falls to ash, and what that would do to Nyx after everything she's already been through. Do you think he's aware of this? Do you think it's a conscious thing on his part that he's just not sharing?
Well, the only thing that gives me pause is I don't know the depths of his mind. I don't know if he is plagued by visions of this person he's sworn vengeance on, then do they allow him rest? Will he ever truly be at peace before he finishes? And I don't think that's an option that we are an answer that we can make for them. But we can provide them with everything we know and hope that they make the decisions that make everyone happy in the end. But in the end, it's their decision.
All right. You just want to fly back? You need to clear your head?
Did you say fly back?
Yeah, we could just turn to mist and take to the air.
Oh, I guess I've never traveled that far by mist. I was just planning on asking if Nyx wanted to open a tree.
That's fine. Just thought we could use the fresh air, but that's fine. Have Nyx do it.
Right.
Just makes me sick every time we do.
Roshan
Windwalk
will
doesn't?
reach out to Nyx and say, I think we're through at the library today. Might I join you to share what we found?
Yeah. Let me know when you're by a tree.
I think Roshan would have been at the tree and will just say, we're there.
And then she'll open a tree and immediately smacks a hand on this man when he walks through and casts regenerate.
Roshan, do
Boom!
you believe in any aspect of your mind, even the smallest piece of your brain, that you are deserving of these 2 fingers back?
Yes,
Okay.
he does.
Boom. Ice breaks fingers.
Fingies be backies.
But also, you guys are so excited. Because this took another day, Nana, go ahead and give me investigation with advantage, because this is a particular train of thought that is pretty on the nose for some weird bullshit.
Yeah, that's sort of what I figured. Weird bullshit makes sense. I'm so glad for the advantage. The worst one was a nat 1, and that would have just been a 0. The better one is an 18 on the dice, which becomes a 17 with my new -1.
Okay. So, Nana, I'm going to put you in a little bit of a predicament.
Okie dokie.
So, your mind, your memory is not as great as it used to be, mostly the memory aspect. Mostly the remaining focused on this seems a little harder, like trying to keep track of everything, remembering exactly what you've done here, remembering exactly what books you've been through.
Yeah.
You feel like you are on a really good thread. You think if you took the night and went to Dem Woods, you would probably lose track, and then I would need you to roll a high number to re-find your place, which you could do. But if you stay here and continue on your path, you feel like you feel like you're onto something.
I could be wrong, but I think I might stay just overnight tonight, and you can come and get me in the morning. But I think I may be pretty close to something. I'm not sure, but I might be close to something. And I don't think
That's
I'll be able to find my place again without a lot of trouble tomorrow, so...
that's fine. That alcove over there has a nice chair in it. You can sleep if you can sleep sitting upright, which I've seen you do. That one's probably the comfiest I found. Um, they have a nice chai if you ask them for it.
Ah,
Um, if you're starting to feel yourself doze a little bit, ask for the chai. They're happy to give it to you. Um, it's
alright.
really a comfy place if you're inclined to spend days here at a time because nobody's come to pick you up.
Oh dear. We really need to figure out a better way of arranging that sort of thing, don't we? Oh well.
We won't forget you, Nona. We'll be back for you.
I don't doubt it. Eventually, at the very least. I hope.
All right.
Uh,
Fen and Roshan go through a tree. Roshan gets fingers back. You all go to have your conversation, but I think I will finish us up here in the library real quick.
Hmm.
Nana, this is like into the wee hours of the
Mm.
evening sort of scenario. Like you're like the
Definitely
sun,
wound up getting
the
that
sun
chai.
is soon approaching, kind of thing.
Yeah.
For you to continue on this path, I will need you to take a level of exhaustion to
Hmm.
keep your like focus on this.
Okay.
So
I
you have
can
your
do that.
chai, but you're
I
like,
have
I
my
have to stay
chai.
up through the night, or
I
I'm
have
going
to
to
stay
fully
up.
lose track of this.
100%.
Because you are just starting to pull through a bunch of weird shit. And I'm going to tell you a lot of the shit you're looking at does not make sense to you. Anytime you come across a diagram or a description of a spell or a ritual, it means absolutely nothing to you. There is just nothing that sticks in that category. And it's just some of these books are so dry, so dense, and it's a lot looking through these. And sometimes you just have to be like, even if it's in this book, I'm not going to get it. If it's in
It's
this
like
book,
it's
it
not
means
like this was
nothing to me.
her like fort even before the knockdown on the endpoints. Like she was never the one cracking books and looking for arcane rituals and things. That was more often than not Roshan and Rose's thing, but she's doing the work and she's trying her best and just squinting real hard at these words. They're so long.
I think there's a point where it almost like you're like, yeah, and you start skimming, and like sometimes you'll just like finger through a book and be like,
Yeah.
nope, probably not. And if it was, damn. And it's just at some points it's like, what are you gonna fucking do? If it was in that book, I wasn't gonna find it anyways. If it
Yeah.
didn't stand out to me in that moment, what's the point? And you skim through another book, just kind of like pulling through the pages, and you see there are redacted sections in one of these books. This is the
Oh.
first book you have come across that has redacted information in it.
Oh.
You take a look at
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Smaller, it looks more journal adjacent. You've encountered a couple books like this.
Uh-huh.
So you're like, God, I hope it's not fucking dense like all of these textbooks that I was just looking at. And is more like kind of like the journal you found when you guys were going to the parapet, which was
Yeah.
just somebody's firsthand account of a situation.
Right.
So you find a small book called The Unending Hunt, The Insatiable Hunger
Okay.
by W.L.
W-L. W-L.
You see that
Hmm.
there are multiple like plethora of words, and even full pages in this book that are completely redacted.
She's
You do
taking
not.
notes now. She's taking notes here. She's not leaving this up to chance. She's not leaving this to memory. She's taking down what she knows and what she can.
So this is snippets of a journal that you are able to take in. You can see that there are pages also missing. So it seems to not be in the best shape and is heavily redacted, but this is the information you gather.
Okay.
The pursuit of magic is an unending thing, a hunt with no set quarry. Magic, or better stated, power, is what we hunt. Whether your hunt leads you to temples or expansive libraries, you will end up fruitless. Will you be granted a boon in that moment? Yes. But what then? You need more meat on the table. Power is a feast that will never satiate. The only meal meant to truly nourish is godhood. And yet, on occasion, the gods are found wanting. Many starving mortals have tried to suckle from the teat of the earth, magic in old bones, but it's not the same. That magic is not the same as godly lifeblood. There are some that seek godhood, though in most instances are struck down or fall short, tripping over their own ego. To even begin such a hunt, one must give up everything, starting with humanity. You will take your humanity and place it away for safekeeping, as to have it after what you have done would kill you. Years of magical study have prepared them for this moment, the cold and quiet of their study. What's a mountain of souls if that pile halves the distance between you and Asgard? Gods are consumers of souls, but in the sense of devotion. So man must find another way. You will grow fat on the death you bring, and you will stay nourished. Stories of Jira Lathsam and Fritjolf come to mind, the most brilliant minds of our age, and the most insatiable hungers. They bleed humanity for power, and they inevitably reveled in it. Did they start this way? Were they once children crying from scraped knees in thunderstorms, grasping at their mothers? I know not, but I weep for their entombed humanity. I often find myself dreaming of being full like this, and it turns my stomach, my empty, growling stomach. And the rest of the book is redacted. And that is where we are going to stop for today. Thank you all for
Well,
being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story. You can keep up with said story on youtube.com/the Dice Cult and watch past episodes of On the Backs of Gods. We've been at the library before. If you're just like here for the library content, we got you. There's some more. Go on back. If you want some beautiful dice that done what tell story, you can go to the chat or the box below. I didn't really have to roll a lot of dice today, but I
not a
feel like they were
ton.
pretty nice about it.
Decent.
They
But
were pretty nice about it. I have
one
this
thing
Bosch
you
dice that I guess I don't really need anymore. It
you
can
know.
just sit on a little shelf and be cute.
Yeah. He can
If
be
you'd like to keep
pretty.
up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on socials. And if you'd like to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice Cult on the socials, the Blue Sky, the Instagram. You get the gist.
Yeah.
If you want to up close look at my my beautiful deck, if you guys want to look at my deck, you guys can head over to Instagram.
Yeah. We
For
Post some
love
like
deck
deck
pics.
pics.
deck pics over on Instagram.
Unsolicited deck pics on Instagram.
Hey, if you went to Instagram, you were looking for them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Makes them
Well,
entirely
speaking of
solicited.
looking for deck pics, it's not a good segue. On Thursday, Gossamer Band,
Woo!
another D&D campaign where there is no deck of many things, not yet.
Not yet. There are
Give it to
Fae
us,
though,
Katie.
so I mean, it may wind up being about the same.
Could be. But you can join us on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a Celtic mythology inspired campaign. Our heroes are on their first adventure, off to get rid of some bandits that are being a bit of a hassle, or on the main road. And boy howdy, they're gonna do it and not die and not
Boy,
get
are
cursed by
they
a tree.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, these bandits.
Ooh,
We're gonna get
ooh,
them.
ooh, are we
So
ever?
you can join us on
Ooh.
Thursday. It is every other Thursday. So this Thursday and then not the next Thursday and then that one. And, we'll keep you posted. That's what the socials are for. So thank you again. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story. We'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.